Hello and a very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are this morning's headlines. For the first time in 9 years, the US Federal Reserve hikes interest rates by 0.25 percentage points, signals revival of US economy, move expected to have ripple effect across the world. Government likely to hold all-party meet to end logjam over GST bill. This amidst indications from Finance Minister that Congress demand for scrapping 1% additional tax could be considered. US tells Pakistan it is critical for it to improve ties with India, expresses concerns over its nuclear arsenal. Sonia and Rahul Gandhi to appear in court on Saturday in the National Herald case. This as Maharashtra government announces probe into alleged commercial use of the AJL property meant for Nehru Library. And unprecedented scenes in Arunachal Pradesh Assembly. Congress rebels and BJP MLAs meet outside the Assembly, pass resolution to impeach the Speaker by voice vote. Well, our top focus on the bulletin this morning, the US Federal Reserve has announced the first interest rates hike in nearly a decade, signaling faith that the US economy had largely recovered from the 2007 to 2009 financial crisis. The US Central Bank raised the rates by 0.25 percentage points. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said that while there is further room for improvement in key areas in the economy, a modest interest rate increase was now appropriate. The US Central Bank also raised its projection for its economic growth next year slightly from 2.3% to 2.4%. Yellen said policymakers were confident that inflation too would reach their 2% target in the medium term. The move is likely to cause ripples around the world and could increase pressure on the UK to raise rates. It puts US policy at odds with that in Europe, where even easier borrowing terms are being implemented. The European Central Bank earlier this month cut overnight deposit rates from minus 0.2% to minus 0.3% and extended a €60 billion stimulus program. It could also mean higher borrowing costs for developing economies.
The economic recovery has clearly come a long way, although it is not yet complete. Room for further improvement in the labor market remains, and inflation continues to run below our longer-run objective. But with the economy performing well and expected to continue to do so, the committee judged that a modest increase in the federal funds rate target is now appropriate, recognizing that even after this increase, monetary policy remains accommodative.
The government is contemplating holding an all-party meeting soon to break the logjam or the crucial bill that it aims to roll out by April 2016. The government is confident of the support of a larger number of opposition parties on the matter. The government has been accusing the Congress of blocking crucial legislations over other issues in Parliament, a charge that the Congress has denied. The government has already been assured of support on the GST by parties like the BSP, NCP, JDU and BJD. It is also hopeful of support of the Samajwadi Party. Today, the Prime Minister will hold a dinner meet with his Council of Ministers in which the face-off in Parliament is likely to be discussed, including the passage of crucial bills. Assuring that the GST rate will be less than 18%, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today hinted at accepting Congress's stand on scrapping 1% additional tax, but said that the demand for incorporating the rate in the constitutional bill is not agreeable.
Now that it's almost certain that the rate is going to be less than 18% or much less than 18%, I think the issue gets settled with that. And therefore this 1% is an issue which is resolvable.
Meanwhile, the Union Cabinet has approved the revised model text for Indian Bilateral Investment Treaty, aiming to provide appropriate protection to foreign investors in India and vice versa. The Cabinet also approved a policy framework for development of underground coal gasification in coal and lignite-bearing areas of the country. Here's more.
In a bid to boost the confidence of investors, the Cabinet on Wednesday approved the revised model text of Indian Bilateral Investment Treaty. The revised text includes a refined investor-state dispute settlement provision. The Cabinet also gave its nod to policy framework for development of underground coal gasification in coal and lignite-bearing areas, MOU with Spain on cooperation in port matters, MOU in energy saving and energy efficiency among BRICS countries, consortium agreement for co-partnership on unified model Earth system modeling for seamless prediction of weather and climate. The Cabinet also approved amendments in the Commercial Courts, Commercial Division and Commercial Appellate Division of High Courts Bill 2015 and Constitutional Scheduled Castes Order 1950. Methodology for fixing upfront payment and reserve price for allotment of coal mines and blocks for sale of coal to PSUs was also approved by the CCEA. Also, approval was given for the sale of a plot measuring 0.99 acres belonging to Air India in Coimbatore to the National Building Construction Corporation Limited for 19.81 crore rupees. Last month as well, the government had allowed the loss-making national carrier to sell 4 residential flats in Mumbai to public sector lender SBI for about rupees 90 crore as part of the airline's asset monetization plan. Vishal Dahiya's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi will appear in a Delhi court on Saturday in the National Herald case. The development comes amid speculation that the duo might not apply for bail. The party remained tight-lipped on the course to be adopted by the two leaders when they appear before the court on Saturday afternoon. Under procedures, once an accused has been summoned, he or she has to appear before it and seek bail, which the court may grant. Otherwise, they can be taken into judicial custody. If the accused does not apply for bail, the court can take the accused into judicial custody. Several senior party leaders, including CWC members and party general secretaries and party MPs, would accompany the Gandhis to court as a mark of solidarity. While the Congress has been accusing the centre of vendetta politics, the centre has said that the National Herald case is purely a judicial process and must be fought in court. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra government has ordered an inquiry into alleged commercial use of land allotted to Associated Journals Limited, that is the publisher of National Herald. The probe is for setting up the Nehru Memorial Library and Research Centre in Mumbai. BJP Mumbai Unit President Ashish Shelar says that the state government had in 1983 allotted land to AJL in Bandra on the Western Express Highway for setting up the Nehru Memorial Library and Research Centre. But no construction was taken up on the plot till 2013. That year, however, permission for commercial construction was acquired from the Mumbai Municipal Corporation and an 11-storied Congress Bhavan is being built there. Shelar also said that he had raised the issue during the winter session of the Assembly on December 10th. He had also demanded that the government take back the land, following which Fadnavis had ordered an inquiry. The Congress has refuted the allegation and dubbed the probe as a political stunt.
हेरल्ड की जमीन उस पर झुग्गी झोपड़ियां है तो जांच अगर महाराष्ट्र सरकार करे तो वहां भी तो बीजेपी की सरकार है, वो तो जांच कराएंगे, इसमें नई बात क्या है.
AJL was given this prime property in Bandra worth 200 crores to build a library. One comes to know that the construction is being used for commercial activity. Not only has our Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis asked for an investigation, he has ensured that it is done in the fastest time span. There is no question of any kind of vendetta against the Congress party.
Well, India is likely to issue multi-city, multiple-entry business visas to businessmen of SAARC nations, including Pakistan, beginning April 1st, 2016. The business visa, to be called India Business Card, is expected to be granted for a period of up to 5 years or for a shorter duration as per the requirement to the businessmen of SAARC countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had, during the SAARC summit in Kathmandu last year, announced business visas with 3 to 5 years validity for citizens of all SAARC member nations. The step was aimed at boosting regional trade across South Asia. The fresh move comes amidst the renewed engagement with Pakistan, as there have been concerns on issuing such multi-city and multiple-entry visa to Pakistani nationals. Certain category of Pakistani nationals are presently eligible for grant of multiple-entry business visa for a maximum period of 1 year and restricted to 10 places. Moving on now, a top official in the Barack Obama administration has told lawmakers in the US that it is critical for Pakistan to improve ties with India. Richard G. Olson, the special US representative for Afghanistan and Pakistan, told lawmakers during a congressional hearing on Pakistan that the improvement of ties will benefit the entire region substantially. In his testimony before the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Olson also expressed concerns over development of Pakistan's nuclear weapons. He also asked the American government to be tough on Islamabad as it does not seem to be sincere in improving ties with India and has accelerated the pace of arsenals production. It's time now to look at some of the other important national stories nationwide. Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led committee met on Wednesday to decide on the new Chief Information Commissioner, a post lying vacant for about a fortnight. The meeting was attended by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley and leader of the Congress party in the Lok Sabha, Mallikarjuna Kharge. News reports suggest the name of the next CIC has been finalized but not disclosed yet. An aircraft technician with Air India died on Wednesday after being sucked in the engine of an aircraft that was getting ready to taxi. The incident occurred last night on the Mumbai-Hyderabad flight at the Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. An investigation into the incident was announced by Air India immediately. The DGCA also ordered a probe with immediate effect. A case of accidental death has been registered by the Mumbai police. In the wake of severe floods in Chennai, the Madras High Court has come down hard on encroachments on and along the water bodies. The court observed that these encroachments could also have led to the massive flooding in the city, leading to the death of so many people. Based on the observation, it ruled that there should be no further intrusions nor dumping of garbage or solid waste and directed the Tamil Nadu government to take steps in this regard. Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m, Saturday 12:30 p.m, and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, the Congress raised the stakes against the NDA government by demanding a joint parliamentary committee investigation into the alleged irregularities in the Delhi District Cricket Association during Finance Minister Arun Jaitley's tenure as its president. This comes after the CBI raids at the office of the Principal Secretary of the Delhi Chief Minister. Arvind Kejriwal has alleged it was an attempt to save Jaitley. The Finance Minister has rubbished the allegations. Here's more.
A day after, the Delhi Chief Minister brought in the DDCA angle to the CBI raid on his Principal Secretary, the main opposition Congress also targeted the Finance Minister, alleging large-scale irregularities during Arun Jaitley's tenure as DDCA President. The party sought his resignation from the cabinet and a JPC probe into the case.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ये मांग करती है कि इसके ऊपर जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी होनी चाहिए और जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी ही इसको प्रोब करे और जब तक ये प्रोब पूरा ना हो जाए अरुण जेटली जी को मंत्री पद पे रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है.
The Congress alleged irregularities in tendering process for construction work in Firozshah Kotla Stadium.
Tell me what is the specific issue, I can answer it. I can't answer a vague allegation without any basis. Secondly, a state government and a party which is in the dock for having supported corruption and having interfered in an investigation in this manner can't really deflect the issue without any basis.
The Congress cited an investigation by the Serious Fraud Investigation Office in 2012 and a 2014 DDCA Internal Fact-Finding Committee report in this regard.
SFIO ने इस चीज को भी कहा है कि एनुअल अकाउंट्स का नॉन डिस्क्लोजर हुआ है, एनुअल अकाउंट्स समय पे नहीं दिए गए और कोई भी मेंटेन अकाउंट्स का एक्सपेंडिचर एंड इनकम के कहीं पर भी मेंटेन नहीं किया गया है. इसके ऊपर भी SFIO ने बहुत सीरियस ऑब्जेक्शंस लिए हैं.
Seeking to distance itself from the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress also accused the party of dragging its feet on the matter.
कि अगर केजरीवाल जी सही मायने में अगर इस मामले में अरुण जेटली जी और डीडीसीए की इंक्वायरी करना चाहते हैं तो उनको सीधे के सीधे एफआईआर लॉन्च करवाना चाहिए था और कोर्ट जाना चाहिए था और हाई कोर्ट मॉनिटर्ड सीबीआई इंक्वायरी की मांग करनी चाहिए थी.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley was president of DDCA for 14 years from December 1999 to December 2013. The Delhi government, led by Arvind Kejriwal, constituted a committee last month to inquire into the DDCA issue. Vishal Daya's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Moving on now, Arunachal Pradesh has been rocked by a political crisis. The Speaker of the Arunachal Assembly, Nabam Rebia, was impeached on Wednesday after a resolution to that effect was passed by a voice vote and signatured consent of 33 members. These included at least 20 rebel Congress MLAs, 11 of the BJP and 2 independents. Amid high drama, the resolution was passed at a makeshift venue as the State Assembly complex was sealed by the local administration. The proceedings were chaired by Deputy Speaker T. Norbu. 27 MLAs, including Chief Minister Nabam Tuke and his ministerial colleagues, boycotted the vote. Nabam Rebia termed the impeachment process against him as illegal and unconstitutional. Meanwhile, central leaders of the Congress accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi for orchestrating the crisis in Arunachal, calling it a pre-planned design. Party President Sonia Gandhi, along with her son Rahul, even met President Pranab Mukherjee early on Wednesday and lodged a strong protest against Arunachal Governor J.P. Rajkhowa. Well, the Congress on Wednesday continued its tirade against the Arunachal Pradesh governor in the Rajya Sabha. The party disrupted proceedings continuously, leading to the House being adjourned for the day.
For the second day in a row, the Congress protested against what it called biased actions of the Arunachal Pradesh governor. As members raised their voice on the issue, the chair adjourned the House for 30 minutes.
House is adjourned for 30 minutes.
When the House reassembled, the agitation did not subside. Amid din, Tribal Affairs Minister Jewel Oram responded to queries on the Polavaram project, while Labour Minister Bandaru Dattatreya replied to questions on ESI centres in Maharashtra.
उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार के रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक उस एरिया में लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट 1894 के तहत लोगों को कंपेंसेशन मिल चुका है, क्योंकि काम होने में बाकी है, इसलिए वो लोग बसे हुए हैं और रिसेंट 2013 के एक्ट के हिसाब से वो कंपेंसेशन मांग रहे हैं. ये अभी विचाराधीन है और ये विचार हो चुका है, इसलिए ये नया सिरे से विचार नहीं हो सकता है.
Repeated appeals by the chair to allow question hour to proceed went unheeded. As protest escalated, the Congress members reached the well, prompting the chair to adjourn the House till 2 p.m.
House is adjourned till 2 p.m.
The Congress has alleged that the Arunachal Governor convened the assembly session to remove the Speaker without consulting the government. Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian had given a ruling on Tuesday that the Governor's role can only be discussed only by bringing a substantive motion. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the centre defended the advancing of the winter session of the Arunachal Pradesh Assembly by Governor J.P. Rajkhowa, saying there are conditions under which such decisions can be taken without the concurrence of the state government. The centre also rejected the Congress charge of trying to destabilize the state government. But the Congress continues to question Governor Rajkhowa's role, alleging his actions amount to the murder of democracy and constitution.
The Arunachal Pradesh governor issue created uproar in Lok Sabha too. Parliamentary Affairs Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu defended the state governor, saying that he was following constitutional rules and regulations and that the centre had no role in his functioning. He added that the political crisis in the state was due to infighting among the Congress MLAs in the state.
It's their own party internal matter. It's an internal matter of the Congress party. That has been the habit of that Congress party also. They are fighting among themselves. Today, the Speaker has disqualified 14 MLAs. Sharkaji is talking of the Constitution. He is facing a no confidence motion, Speaker.
Earlier, as soon as the proceedings of the House began, Congress members started protesting the alleged interference of Arunachal Pradesh Governor Jyoti Prasad Rajkhowa with the intent to destabilize the government of the state.
कि वहाँ पर
सत्ता पार्टी को हटाने के लिए और वहां के 2/3 मेजॉरिटी से आए हुए कांग्रेस पार्टी को हटाने के लिए और वहां पर नॉन कांग्रेस पार्टी को अधिकार में लाने के लिए ये कोशिश चल रही है.
Not satisfied with the centre's response on the matter, the Congress members staged a walkout. The Congress party accuses the Arunachal Pradesh governor of deciding the winter session's agenda without the state government requesting for it. The sixth session of the State Legislative Assembly, which was scheduled from 16th to 18th of December, hasn't begun yet. The Speaker says there will be no session and blames it on the alleged interference of the governor. The governor, in turn, has demanded the Speaker's removal. This is Pranav Goswami's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's now take a look at the news and events lined up for today in our segment, The Day Ahead. The fate of the Sahitya Academy Awards returned by over 35 protesting authors will be decided in the Sahitya Academy Board meeting today. The Academy panel will decide on whether to strip the writers of the award or to take a middle path to convince them to rethink returning the honour. At least 35 writers had returned their Academy Awards and 5 writers had stepped down from official positions of the literary body. Google CEO Sundar Pichai, who arrived in India on Wednesday on a 2-day visit, will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after which he will attend a chat session with students of Sri Ram College of Commerce. In the evening, he will attend a banquet hosted by President Mukherjee. The telecom wing of the Indian Railways, RailTel, recently signed an agreement with the subsidiary of Google India to provide Wi-Fi facilities at 400 stations across the country. Counting of votes will take place for the by-election to Jharkhand's Lohardaga Assembly constituency. The polling was held on December 14th after the assembly seat fell vacant as sitting legislator Kamala Kishore Bhagat was awarded 7 years imprisonment in a case related to extortion and attempt to murder. He lost membership of the assembly after he was convicted by a Ranchi court in July this year. British Prime Minister David Cameron will try to end an impasse at talks with the European Union leaders on Thursday in Brussels over his attempts to win better membership terms for Britain before it votes on whether to stay in the bloc. The British leader has characterized the talks over dinner in Brussels as just another step in the renegotiation, but it is keenly aware of how divisive the debate is becoming at for a referendum he has promised to hold by the end of 2017. Well, US President Barack Obama called up Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday, thanking him for his leadership during the climate summit in Paris. He said India played a critical role at the climate change summit in Paris, ensuring that the event was a historic success. The phone call from Obama came on a day when the centre announced some revolutionary steps to curb pollution. Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar announced yesterday that Euro 4 norms will be implemented across the country by 2017. He further added that India will migrate to Euro 5 and Euro 6 emission norms by 2019 and 2021. The decision to prepone the Euro 5 and Bharat 6 norms has been taken keeping in view the high pollution levels currently. France has said that French President François Hollande's visit to India in January will give an opportunity for both sides to follow on form the Paris climate meet. The French embassy has said that India played a decisive role, in ensuring an outcome at the Paris Climate Summit. Announcing Hollande's visit in India in January as the chief guest of the Republic Day parade, the French embassy said that the visit will be a follow-on from the Paris Climate Conference, at which India played a decisive role in reaching an ambitious agreement. Well, in the first such disclosure, Switzerland has made public names of over 2,600 unclaimed bank accounts and 80 safe deposits, amassing about 44 million Swiss francs or 300 crore rupees. The list contains a large number of people from Switzerland itself, as also from Germany, France, the UK, the US, Turkey, Austria, and various other countries. Names of at least 6 persons from India also figure on the list, with 4 residing in India and 1 in Paris. The list follows a new law in Switzerland that mandates publication of the names of owners of very old dormant accounts on an annual basis starting 2015. It allows the owners' heirs a chance to reclaim the funds in these 60-year-old accounts. The claim deadline is 5 years. Under the law, claimants have a year to come forward before banks must hand the assets over to the Swiss state.
फर्जी वित्त मंत्री तो उस समय इस सिलसिला शुरू हुआ था ब्लैक मनी को पता करने का और वसूली करने का। तो उसी में जो लिस्ट में अगर कोई स्विट्जरलैंड से नाम आया तो ठीक है, वो नाम पता लगाएं और उन लोगों से जो पेनल्टी टैक्स वसूला जाए और जो कार्रवाई करनी हो कार्रवाई की जाए।
Well, here's a roundup of the other international news in our World Wrap. Russia has signed a decree excluding Ukraine from a free trade zone from the 1st of January. Putin cited extraordinary circumstances affecting the interests and economic security of Russia, saying the deal could lead to European imports coming across its own borders. Ukraine expects some economic damage but stayed firm on its plans to join an EU free trade zone from that date. Argentina announces relaxation of currency control, setting the stage for a weakening of the local peso in the hopes of boosting exports and economic growth. The official exchange rate is expected to weaken in line with the black rate between 13.5 and 15 per dollar. Farmers in the country have been waiting for the currency to weaken before selling stockpiles of soya beans. The US has announced a major $1.83 billion arms deal with Taiwan to decommission US Navy frigates, anti-tank missiles, amphibious assault vehicles and surface-to-air missiles are included in the deal. The deal will be approved in 30 days. Expressing strong opposition, China has urged US to stop selling arms to Taiwan. Beijing pledged to sanction the US firms involved in the deal. A Maryland judge has declared a mistrial in the case of Baltimore police officer William Porter, charged in the death of Freddie Gray. The jury deliberated for 3 days but could not come to an agreement on all 4 charges. It is a major setback to the prosecution, who may now have to build another case against the policeman. A hearing has been scheduled for Thursday to discuss a possible new trial. Time for some sports news now in our Sports Beat. Embattled Lalit Modi has been reinstated as president of the Rajasthan Cricket Association on Wednesday. The former Indian Premier League commissioner, suspended by the Board of Control for Cricket in India for financial irregularities in 2013, now enjoys numerical superiority in the 33-member RCA after a rival faction withdrew its no-confidence motion against Modi and his team. The RCA has been suspended by the BCCI after Modi came to power in 2014. Andy Murray has confirmed that he will retain Amelie Mauresmo as his coach heading into 2016. The British number 1 enjoyed a successful 2015, winning 2 Masters 1000 events, reaching the final of the Australian Open and guiding Great Britain to their first Davis Cup success since 1936. The Scot has also risen from 11th in the world rankings to a career-high 2nd under the tutelage of Mauresmo. South American champions Liver Plate scrapped into the Club World Cup final with a nervous 1-0 win over Sanfrecce Hiroshima, thanks largely to goalkeeper Marcelo Barovero on Wednesday. Lucas Alario headed the only goal in the 72nd minute when Hiroshima goalkeeper Takuto Hayashi failed to clear a free kick and Alario headed in the loose ball. River will face either European champions Barcelona or Asia's Guangzhou in Sunday's final. The International Association of Athletics Federations has started their 3-day hearing at the International Dispute Resolution Centre on Wednesday. 4 senior athlete officials were the main focus point at an IAAF Ethics Commission hearing in London. The son of ex-World Athletics chief Lamine Diack is one of the 4 officials facing a disciplinary hearing over an alleged doping cover-up. Former All-Russian Athletic Federation chief Valentin and coach Alexei Melminov are also in the dock. Well, that's it on this edition of the Breakfast News. Have a good day.